Hello and welcome back to Pandemic Playground with Dave. Today we're going to continue our surviving Pertam, the wastelands, and it's time to move out of here. Right, so it's definitely time to move because of all the craters that are here. We want to get to a more flatter area, which would be a little more beneficial since we're building mostly rovers. And of course, we're gonna have to do some upgrading to this truck and trailer in a sense, and pretty much grind down this whole entire tent with this power system, and that's about it. So before we do that, let's see how we can tackle it. So as I mentioned before, or last episode, we have a collector on top so we can drop our materials down into here. So we gotta build something from the roof, and I think what I am going to do is find a way to connect it. So probably right over here. I'm going to climb up to the roof and plug in some kind of connector. Maybe here, or I think over here would do. Or you could be over here too. Then do some conveyor junctions, or conveyor tubes I should say. And then bring it back here and link it forward. Hopefully it'll be easy enough to do so I can drop all materials in there. It's kind of the unconventional way. Instead of using a connector, we're gonna do it in a more aesthetic way, in a sense. Alright. Other than that, I did discover where my rover went, and that's the unknown signal collecting rover. That one, I thought it got destroyed or just went missing, rolled around somewhere, but it actually is right here. Underneath the big old red truck. So it actually fell down here, I think, and it actually looks like it's intact. But it's kind of being squished by some of these wheels here. But yeah, we could definitely leave that as it is. I'm probably not going to collect it anytime soon, or maybe I'll come back later on to collect some of this material and the rover, or maybe I'll just leave it down there. I mean, it's not significant parts, the small rover. This big rover, yes, but the problem is I'm not going to have a lot of storage on my truck because it's going to be too much to handle, especially grinding down this guy. So we're gonna do that pretty much as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. And then we're gonna find a better piece of land. So see you guys soon. Right, so welcome back. We've drove around a little bit and went straight for this spot here. So this spot actually doesn't look too bad. It's right next to the crevice, a bit of a flat area. Not too flat, but it's good enough. And I think I found an ideal spot to make a bridge. And it's probably going to start kind of on this hump here. And then try to extend it to right yonder over there, where those trees are. But this is a decent spot here. It's not crazy, kind of behind the mountains. And our home is actually in front of us that way. So we didn't travel too far, but a good distance. You kind of find a better land. And the biggest problem I see here, not a lot of ores in this vicinity. Yes, I know. The flatter it is, the less ores you're gonna find, or ore deposits, and the closer you are to the economy base, the less ore there is too. But I mean, I'm pretty much 6 kilometers away, almost 7, so that's not terrible. But you know what? We don't necessarily need too much ores. I already have points to get them. I can always travel there and do that. My old stone collector, back there, it's 5 kilometers away, but it still has a lot of stone, so I can always transport that probably with this whole thing anyways. But yeah, with that said, this thing drives terribly now since it has so much weight, and the way it's kind of designed right now, that's not even connected properly. But yeah, I just try to hurry it up so I can get moving. So I just dumped 4 more large small grid containers, cargo containers on top, which makes it super unbalanced. 2 survival kits just in case I get destroyed or die. But yeah, the reason why it drives terribly is because all the cargo weight is here in the middle. I did play around with the wheel strengths, height offsets a little bit to kind of balance it out, but the best way to drive it, unfortunately, was to lower some of the weight, and this is pretty much touching the floor already. I mean, I made it without any problems, but it was hard to turn because none of these have power to the wheels, so there's no propulsion, and I'm just pulling it with this one here. So eventually I did have to actually add some thrusters to kind of get it going, especially up tiny hills. Yes, tiny hills was a big problem, so I had to bring that up. So I had to pretty much make these big guys here just to get it moving, which killed a lot of my batteries, which is not ideal. But you know what, we made it, so that's a good thing. So now we just gotta start out making our base, and I'm not gonna make a tent again. I think I'm making somewhat of a formal home, and then next to it be like a factory and other stuff, or maybe a garage for all the rovers. And yeah, I don't know, but first I think we just definitely need to make the home itself, and I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do all that with this episode, but we can certainly try getting it set up. So before I left, I did actually disassembled a lot of stuff too, so that gave me back a lot of like ores, or not ores, ingots, like ore ingots, nickel ingots and stuff like that. But I did get rid of a bunch of stuff too, which is probably not ideal, which I don't know why I did it. I heard, or I believe there's a comment that was made that ingots and everything like that is a lot lighter than the materials they actually carry. So I pretty much did it for that purposes. And then I realized that I probably needed all that, some of the stuff actually, to get started. But luckily it looks like I do have enough large steel tubes, because I can't make them with the survival kit. And you have small steel tubes is perfect. I think metal grids are my biggest issue, but actually shouldn't be because I have a thruster. 76. No, we're in the clear. We're in the clear. Right, so first things first, we probably need to start the base of the floor, which of course requires a bunch of steel plates. Okay, so got our steel plates, and let's try to set up the base. We don't have to build it too far away, so let's just build initially our home, so we can kind of build it like here. I know we're in a bit of a hill, which is a little unfortunate, but let's build it out a little bit. It's probably going to be a slightly big home with a nice view of the crevice as on the side. So kind of no backyard in a way. Well, yeah, kind of a backyard actually. I thought it was a lot closer to the crevice than I really am. So let's build a simple platform here. We're not gonna weld it up just yet. We'll take care of that in a second, or in a bit. And pretty much anytime I build something like this, especially not in creative mode, it's always pretty much walking backwards or walking sideways. That seems to be the quickest way to do it. Sometimes what I do is go back like too far, meaning the number 2, and quickly press the build key, as you see there. So it's a lot quicker than actually just walking slowly and backing up. So there's that. Let's put this here as a ramp for now, because we're gonna need to climb up this thing quickly instead of jumping, which I don't. Can I make it as a jump? Yeah, I can. So instead of jumping, I just do that. And let's put some of the important stuff down first. So I think we should be able to make a survival kit. If not, go let's grind down one of these guys. Actually, you know what? Let's make a medical bay or medical room. That would be a little bit better. So we can get the medical room here. I think we have enough for it. If not, then we're gonna find a way to do this. So let's just put the medical room back here for now. And again, it's just temporary. We'll probably move some of this stuff or change it up a bit, because right now I'm just trying to set myself up so I can build some more stuff. So like I need an assembler, I need a refinery, so it's pretty much like starting over really. And done. Right. I actually did have just enough medical components to weld this guy up, which is perfect, which is awesome actually. And of course there's a big problem here. It's offline, no power whatsoever. We can build a battery if we want to get that rolling, or transfer one of these batteries. I think transferring these batteries, actually, you know what, it might be ideal to transfer a battery. I don't know yet. Well, we'll do that in a second, because I gotta maneuver a little bit just so the crane arm can actually attach it to the base somehow. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I did change the crane arm a bit. So now we have this whole thing set up, where it's rotating with the seat itself, and the crane arm is go up, down, left, and forward and backwards as previously, but it also rotates left and right with ease, as you see here. And another thing I did was to add the programming block for the script, which is this here, the cockpit, piston, rotor, and hinge controller. So I'll leave a link in the description below, so that way you can control your crane systems with your mouse, x-axis, y-axis, and also Q, E, A, and D. So basically I'm moving my mouse now to swing left and right, and then I can do A and D to go up and down on the landing gear side, and then Q and E to go up and down from this side here, from closer to the seat, as you see here. And of course WS also is a key, forward and backwards for the arm here, as you see there. So that's a pretty nifty script. So we'll probably have to move everything over just to get that moving. The only problem is I really want to get most of this stuff out and into a stationary cargo container, because the whole thing is dropping right in the middle because it's carrying all the weight of everything. But alright, so before that, let's see if we can get, hopefully we can get the rest of the stuff rolling. So we need an assembler and a refinery. So these guys we definitely need. I'm probably gonna leave some of this stuff here the way it is, because I just need a decent platform setup before I start building like a home. And these things will be actually going to a factory anyways, so we don't need it here in particular. But of course, like I said, we're pretty much starting over, so we definitely need certain things to be in certain places now. But yeah, so it looks like we do have enough stuff for our assembler, so this is great. So now we are set. We have a refinery, an assembler. Now we probably want to add some cargo containers here. We probably want to add a large one actually. Why not, right? We have been using a small one for the longest time. The large one equals 24 metal crates, which I think I have enough of. So our cargo container, I'm gonna set aside somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where just yet. I think we could probably... Well, I'm thinking of making different sections of, you know, storage, factories, garage. And if I'm going to put down a large cargo container, I might as well put that somewhere else for now, right? Because if I just throw it here, I'm going to have to move everything, disassemble it, and then, you know, get it going again, which is probably not the most ideal thing to do. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of extend this out a little bit, and probably make some connections to it as well, so we can connect there. But let's just leave this, let's put it here for now. Let's just separate it for the time being, and then connect it with the tubes, connector tubes, conveyor tubes. But we can just add this guy here, which I think I need stuff for. So let's just grab all that first. Alright, there we go. We have a large cargo container right here. And we just need to connect it here for now. So I guess we could just use some tubing for now. Yeah, we should be fine. Conveyor junctions and tubes and stuff like that. So let's just get that going. Okay, so let's just connect it from here. I'm just gonna back it up this way. Probably should set it a little higher so I can actually go under it or above it, but now I'm gonna go around it. It's fine, whatever. Tube it up that way. Do it that way. And we gotta go around it. As I mentioned before, should have just went up and put it there. You know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go by that, because I kind of already see an issue where I'm going to have to keep running back and forth, and if I have to go around this whole thing, that's just going to be a little bit too much. So let's just not do that way. Let's put actually a junction here, and then we'll put the tubes this way, and we should be able to connect it right over here. And we're probably going to do it this way here. There we go. And should I or shouldn't I add this with the conveyor? Oh, that didn't even connect. Interesting. Okay, let's just do it the right way. Conveyor junction here, and then we'll use the tubes to kind of connect the rest of it that way. So that way, if we need this side to be connected to something, at least we have that. But for whatever reasons, that did not get connected here. I see why, because I built it the wrong way around. Of course I did that. But yeah, let's just put this way, and now we can put this that way. There we go. Now that should be connected. All right, let's grind. Let's weld these guys up, and we should have enough storage to hold most of my stuff. I don't think all of it just yet, but I guess we can kind of see. And I do need to find a way to offload everything from this guy to that. And if I park it close enough, I could probably do the dumping the same way too. I don't know why I would want to dump it like that, but why not? It's actually more inconvenient to do a ejector or a connector to dump all these items, but it's always fun to see it come out instead of actually just connecting to a connector and not see all the items come out. So there's always that. It's just more aesthetically pleasing in a way, I guess you can say, than actually just connecting and it's just like you don't even see anything moving. So I think some of this factory stuff I'm going to build, you're going to see some moving parts as well, because I want to make it look cool and not just to make things simple in that way or in that sense. So let me get the rest of this going. This one should connect it. Yes, we still don't have power. That's of course an issue, which we're gonna have to deal with sooner than later. And we're looking good so far. Alright, we got the cargo, we got refinery, assembler, medical room. Now definitely need some power. So we're definitely gonna have some kind of power station that we need, and I'm gonna need some power. So the first time I built it, the turbine tower was pretty much straight up, which was a bit of a pain. because it takes a lot to kind of build around it, to walk around the towers. So I'm thinking I have a good idea on how to do that, and I definitely need to set up a different spot as well. So I want a power station somewhere. It's probably going to be on the right hand side, left hand side, looking at the house. So we're probably going to end up adding it here. Nope, got to get some steel plates. I'm gonna build it slightly further away just in case. I want a bigger home. So I mean, we could actually no. I was thinking we could probably move this eventually, anyways, but no, it's gonna be a tall tower, so I probably do not want it to have it moved anytime soon because I'm gonna have to build it up again. So let's just build it along this way. So I'm gonna build a tower going upwards, of course, but instead of building up, I have an idea. Why not build it with our trusty friend, the hinge? So what I'm gonna do, hopefully it's has enough torque to do it. That's the only big thing I'm afraid of at the moment, is that it won't be able to do it. Is pretty much add a hinge system here. We'll rotate it upwards this way when we're ready to bring it up. And what we're gonna do is pretty much use a merge block to merge onto this big grid here. So what I want to do, let me weld up the hinge first, so that it actually still has some grip. Actually, we don't even have power, so it's gonna fall anyway, so that's actually not ideal. So it's not gonna matter if I do this then. So I'm just gonna add as much as I can to make it as tall as possible. And that might be tall enough, more than enough actually, but hey, why not add a nice tall tower anyway? So let's just do that. And then here, looks like we can't build one down here, so we're gonna build it this way, so we can have turbines on all different sides basically. So I'm gonna put one over there just for now, so we can climb. Put one there just to do that, and we'll lift it up a little bit later. So we can put the bottom one here too. But for now, turbines, where's my turbines? I don't have anywhere. So we're gonna put the turbines here. Hopefully they're honestly not gonna be too heavy, but we're gonna put one here, here, and here, everywhere basically. And it looks like I need a lot more space, so I gotta pretty much bring the hinge up a bit. Or is it? Yep, so I don't have interior plates to build this, so let me just grab that. Alright, so here's one turbine, and it looks like I won't be able to make the turbines here and the other side because it needs to be a little bit higher. And of course I need some power too. So what can I do is basically let's just weld it up for now. I don't think I'm gonna get any power out of it because it's on a subgrid. But if we were to put it together, let's just see what happens. Alright, so we got our wind turbine up, and it looks like it's not connecting for power. And again, that's because it's on a subgrid, most likely. So what we can do for now is probably do a merge block here. But then I have to reconnect it to the... No, you know what? Let's do it the easier way, and that is actually going to be moving this thing here and connect it to the base for now. So at least we have some power, not any power at all. So what we're going to do here is just jump in here. Let's rotate this guy this way for now. Actually, you know what? Let's leave it back there. Keep it safe. What we're going to do is move the whole entire truck. Hopefully we can do it without any issues. And what we can do is get my merge block. Where's my merge block? Here. And we can probably connect it here. And that will do just okay. So let's just grab enough for 2. We'll put a merge block here. Yeah, because I'm gonna need a power station later anyway, so let's leave this here. Get us some merge block system here and then get us some power. So what we're going to do is jump inside the truck and try our best to maneuver around, which looks like might work okay if I swung it around. Or yeah, I think the best way to do it is to swing it around. It's a terrible turning radius, and backing up, of course, as I showed in the last video, jackknifes a little too much because my rotation on each what's it called? Each hinge, no, each rotor connection, it's a little too short. We definitely need to extend those out in the future if you want to do something like this again. And the word I was looking for was actually a hitch. So as you see here, the wheels collide, and that's where it causes issues. So I can't make a really sharp turn radius, or it's going to end up doing that and kind of slow down the whole entire system. The system is very wobbly because it is top heavy, especially in the middle. I probably should have put the cargo system in the back. That may have been a better idea, and it could have probably worked a little bit better. But as you see here, it's a bit of a struggle. If it's a little bit of uphill, it becomes an issue too. But of course, I have these thrusters just to push it a little bit. And I think I might use the thrusters in the futures for a rover to pick up speed quicker. But of course, that requires more power. So that's the other unfortunate part of using thrusters. But of course, I'm not going to use thrusters to lift to make a ship, but just to give myself some push whenever I need it for a rover system. Okay, so I think I went too far forward, so I need to back up just a bit here and try to line it up. Of course, I'm not lining it properly, and that should do it. Let's park it there and put our merge block on the bottom of this here, which it looks like it moved a bit, which is okay. So we're gonna put this, let's put this as high as I can. I don't know if I can actually make a merge block there because it might be too low to the ground. Yeah, so it's definitely too low to the ground. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually kind of build this out a little bit. Get rid of these blocks. We'll put it back later. And now we should be able to build a merge block. I'm afraid that it still might be too high up to connect here, and it is. I guess there's a way to kind of battle that, and that's to bring up the wheels a bit. I think I should be able to do that. Let's jump in here, go to my wheels, and let's bring up. Yep, it looks like we're okay. We brought up the height a little bit. So now what we can do is, of course, move this way. And I wish I had a rotor system on top, but I don't. Now that is a big issue. And on top, I mean on top of the landing gear, right here. So I can rotate this. But of course, we can always drop it and see what happens. And it's kind of trying to merge, which is a good thing. So we can kind of work with it a bit. Let's just drop it. And not connecting. Is it because I need a bit of a battery on our system itself? I always thought merge blocks were able to connect without batteries for some reason. Unless that's because I play around with creative mode too much. I'm curious now. Alright, so if I had a merge block, just weld that up. Right, and then if I had another merge block, we want to not kind of like put it on it direct. Oh, never mind. As I'm talking about it and building this, it just merged on, so perfect. So it definitely doesn't need power on both ends, it just needs it on one end. And my crane system might be a little stuck. Nope, we're good. Alright, so perfect. Now we can bring our crane system back in. Drop it down just a little bit. We can even merge these guys onto a hinge system or a rotor system with a small head and have some additional power with the small batteries that I didn't want to take apart. But right now we have some power So what we have to do now, and hopefully this is not too tall, is build up the hinge so we can bring it up a little bit so we can put on the other turbines. That's not what I want to do. Here we go. Perfect. So now that's a hinge over there. Looks like we need control panel. Let's just put that there. Right, got a control panel. So now we can operate this thing a little bit better. Like, yeah, I know you can use build vision to move things around, but unfortunately I don't really like it too much. I'm not sure why. I just prefer to go with like control panel buttons and things like that to manipulate things. It's kind of weird, I know, but that's just the playstyle I have currently. So we're just gonna stick with that for now. I don't know which side is which right now, which is up and down. So we're just gonna kind of angle these things with the min and max just in case, and we'll just bring this guy up or down. So that's up. Okay, so we don't have to go that high. So it looks like negative is up, so let's just do negative 20 for now, and that might be a little too high for me to reach, so actually negative 10 then, which is still a little too high. Actually, let's just do it this way where we can drop it down just a bit. I think that's gonna do it right there. Negative 6 or whatever it was. And I think that is perfect. So we're gonna do more turbine here, which I need my parts. Alright, so we're gonna add one here. One down here. Looks like I need to go a little higher. I'm gonna put one here. And one there. Looks like it's gonna be able to bring it up with the hinge without any issues, which is perfect. Let me bring it down just a tad so I can put one more. Actually, sorry, I was supposed to bring it up a little bit more. Let's do that, not down, because it doesn't have enough space towards the floor. That might be a little too high up. Let's see if I can get up that way. Nope, it's a little too far. Maybe, you know what, I should really look at it and do it that way. So 15 is too high. Okay, so let's not do that again. -1. I smashed the whole entire thing a bit, but that's not good. So let's do that, like -8. Crap. So I created a couple of holes on my spot already, which is not ideal, but it beats making a whole bunch of them instead, a whole bunch of holes instead. This is not going to work out actually, because alright, so let's just try that again. I think we lost some height here, so we're gonna have to build one here, here, here. This needs to go up a lot higher so I can put the turbine on there. And what I'm thinking is I need to, let me just bring it up really quickly. I can put the bottom one first. And hopefully we won't do that again. I think we want to go -12. That might do it. No, we are way off. So we definitely need to make it pretty high up, which is not what I wanted, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Let's do -18. I think we should be able to reach it here. Yep. Alright, so that's good enough. Let's drop it down a little bit so we can get to the rest of it. So I was hoping to build it this way so it'd be a little bit easier, but unfortunately it's not as easy because I broke it and smashed it to the ground a bit. Let's bring this down to -13, and that doesn't work. I'm creating a lot of holes now on this floor. That's not ideal. But hey, look, we can put one down now. We'll put one here as well, and one here. I mean, this should be okay. I can technically patch it up if I needed to, so not a big deal, but it is still a fairly large hole. that I did not want here at all. Oh, looks like I fell. So yeah, it is gonna be what it is. I'll patch it up somehow. Alright, so we can climb up the ramp a little bit. Bring this guy up here. And actually, I'm missing a steel plate. Oh, that's not what I want. That here. Then we can put out turbine. Here. There we go. Now we can weld it all up and have a decent power station for now. And we don't have to go crazy and climb up. But for us, probably climbing up would have been a little bit better to not destroy my floors, my flat area. But again, it's minimal damage. It's not like the craters where it created a whole bunch of damage. So it should be okay. I think I can patch it up with some steel plates, so it should be okay. Hopefully. Probably patch it up with some half steel plates. Oh, half armor blocks. Are they called half armor blocks? Yeah, half light armor blocks. Or I can use heavy if I want to, but that's just a little costly. The biggest issue I'm gonna have with this is getting out. There we go. Okay, so maybe I can start patching this up a little bit. Okay, there you go. It's not terrible. Yeah, that'll work okay for now. I mean, the other way to really do it is using voxel hands, but that's kind of cheating. So I'm not gonna do that in any shape or form. So we're just gonna do this. Unfortunately, I put one down there, which wastes one steel plate, but it's not like I'm gonna be able to. It's gonna be hard for me to get back up, so I'm not gonna bother grabbing that one there. We still need to weld that one up, which is a little bit of a far reach. I think I took some parts from the one on the floor, so I should be able to do it from here. I also need to weld up the rest of this tower so that it won't break easily. Okay, we got that up and running. We need a bunch of steel plates and right into hole, which is not ideal. All right, we're gonna get a bunch of steel plates. We're going to fix the weld this up and then fix the floors a little bit if I can. Let's just go up here. I realize I can't weld the one in the inside because I can't get to it. Oh well, that should be okay, hopefully. So we're gonna continue welding these guys up. Then we're gonna patch up the floor a little bit. So then that way, if we drive around it, we won't get ourselves in big trouble. Let's bring this up. Hopefully everything will go well. We still do need to have a merge block, actually. So the biggest problem I'm already seeing is that it won't be able to merge it directly because you can't merge a hinge connection because of the way it's built, where the hinge part and the hinge itself is two separate blocks. So we're gonna have to kind of detach it and hope for the best. So that's a little bit on the scary side, but it's gonna have to be done. So we'll grab 2 merge blocks and some more steel plates. My energy is low, so hold on a second. Let me power up. All right, all set. Okay, so let's just kind of cross our fingers this works out okay. I don't want to make any bigger holes that is not necessary, so I do wish this turns out decent. Okay, so what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna rotate it this way. So we need another connection somewhere, which is gonna be right over here, right? So it's gonna be 1, 2, 2 more up, which I should have made it a little bit less higher up. It's fine. We'll put one here, and I think that one's going to need the merge block itself. I'm gonna do that. So here is gonna be the merge block, and we're gonna face it this way. Right? Yep. This way. Alright. So now when it closes, it should merge right into that without any issues. I hope. Yeah. So let's bring this up. So if I remember correctly, we want to reverse it actually. We want to go this way. So let's reverse. Nope. Nope, we don't want to reverse it that way. Sorry, it's the negative we want to go. So this needs to bring it up. So let's just hinge lock it really quick. Just to be safe. Unhinge. Alright, perfect. Let's go up this way slowly. Oh, completely forgot about that one. Jeez. Let's kind of bring that back down. I thought I completed it. Oh, jeez. Alright, so let's just do that again. Hinge. We want to reverse it. And we said we want to bring it back down to negative. Let's just be safe side. Let's just do negative 20. And then we can unlock it. And pretty much reverse it down that way. Oh, no. It's trying to... What's going on here? There we go. I made the hinge go to negative 90 and then put it back to negative 20. Hopefully it'll stop. Not sure why it didn't stop, but that wasn't too bad. That was very close. Not ideal, of course. And I hear it kind of smacking on the ground a bit. So I think when I weld this guy up, it's going to do the same thing. Of course, I don't have enough of that. Okay. I reversed it so that it doesn't hit the floor too much. And now I should have enough to weld up this guy here. I mean, I should really build this up a little bit more. So I can build that stairwell like I did previously. But maybe not. No, you know what? I'm just going to leave it as is because I don't think it's necessary for that. So this is just to get initial power. We'll probably build a bigger tower later with multiple turbines. So there's always that. So let's lock that again. And this time, I mean, we don't need to lock it actually. We just need to reverse it, right? Nope. We do need to lock it. So this one should actually be 20. I believe. Can we do it that way? No, that's still too much. This one should be negative 20. Right. And this one should be all the way up. So let's just lock it first just to be on the safe side. We'll bring this up. And again, it's not going to merge. So we need to kind of put something here if I can. There. Kind of level it out. Because I'm going to actually destroy this hinge. So it'll kind of fall down right into it. So what I'm going to do is to kind of make a support for it. It would probably be ideal to make support for it on left and right also. To be honest. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to build it this way, up that way. That's still not going to be enough height, I think, but it should be okay. I hope, because it's just gonna be for a quick second, where it's gonna drop. I think that wasn't ideal. Let's just do it that way. Okay, here we go. We're gonna put a block here, so it should be kind of squared off. We can actually just add stuff here to get more support. That might actually be a better idea. Alright, so now, of course, I have to get underneath and get to this thing. So I want to hope for the best here and see what happens. Alright, so we're gonna grind this big boy down. And there we go, we merged. Perfect. That actually looks pretty good. Not too shabby. So this way, at least I didn't have to build it upwards. Instead, I built it horizontally, then made it vertical. And it looks like pretty well. Didn't fail in terms of it dropping on us, so that's a good thing. So we can get rid of this here. Let me just weld up something, get rid of some inventory. Here we go. So looks like everything worked out pretty well. Everything's merged in. We got power, so we can kind of knock down some of these things here. We don't need it. The merge, we don't need it because I think, yeah, we're already connected, so we're good. Get rid of that. Get rid of the controller if we need to. For the controls. And I want to secure this a little bit more. Actually, no, we're okay. I don't know why I just did that. Okay. Let's secure it a little bit better. We'll just put a little bit more here, which was already there to be honest, but whatever. We'll just have to weld these guys up a little bit. One, I need space to collect the merge blocks. And we don't need this one either, so we can with that. Have it fall. These guys, yeah, just merge it for now. I mean, not merge it. Let's weld these guys up for now, just in case. Because if anything happens, at least we have some security instead of it falling apart on us and pretty much losing our power station, or at least our initial power station. Looks like I don't even have that much steel plates, to be honest. Okay. Alright, so that's looking good. We got power. The only thing is a little bit of an overhang thing going on over there, but that's because I didn't take it down before. But we got 5 turbines up and running perfectly fine. We should weld up all this soon. I'll leave it for now. We're gonna get some power from all this, which is great. I kind of want to drop this down a little bit more if I can. No, we'll just leave it for now. So now we have a working medical room. Get power faster. We can start producing more stuff, but of course we need to do something about our cargo situations. Right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today, finding a new home and kind of building out the basics. And of course, if you did enjoy it, please hit that thumbs up, like the video, consider subscribing to the channel, feel free to leave us some comments, and of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.